at A Story for Straw Dogs. The Story for Straw Dogs follows two characters, David and Amy, and they are both married. They are David and Amy Sumner, and they are moving to the country, I think, I'm not really sure, to Amy's old, I guess you could say house or country home, or, I mean, not country home, vacation home, I'm not really sure what it is, but they're moving back there just to get some peace and quiet so David can focus on his movie writing, because he's a big movie writer or whatever, and they're going there, you know, just peaceful stuff. Of course, they are greeted by the douchebag, redneck kind of guys. A lot of stuff from the past gets brought up. One of the douchebag rednecks actually used to date Amy one time, and of course, you know, relationships kind of intertwine a little bit. It's not a romance movie though. It's a thriller because bad stuff happens later on, and of course, James Marsden, who isn't in the movie at least, he's not really that fit kind of guy, or, you know, strong, or, you know, badass or something. He has to become a man later on because these guys attack his house, but I'm not going to explain why. You'll have to find that out. So anyway, I'm just going to leave it off there. The story in this movie I like because I do like the main characters. I like James Marsden, I like Kate Bosworth, I even like the main hillbilly guy. I can't remember his name. It's Alexander Skarsgård, I think. He's in True Blood. I like that main hillbilly guy, but for the most part, you know, the story isn't, you know, we've seen this kind of story before. It's a home invasion movie, but I do like the characters. So I'm going to give the story a 7.5 out of 10. Let's go on to the acting. Alright, now the acting for Straw Dogs. Like I said before, the main character in this film is played by James Marsden, who, in my opinion, is one of those actors I really like. I mean, everybody hates him in all the other films that he's been in, like the X-Men films, which everybody's like, oh, that Cyclops guy. Whoever plays him, he's a douchebag. I hate him. He's like, fuck that guy. And I'm like, I like that guy, okay? And then, of course, Superman Returns, which I'll talk about it again in a second. Of course, in that film, he's like, oh, he's with Lois Lane. That's weird. He's supposed to be Superman, not that guy. Get the Cyclops out of here before I beat his ass. Go back to Marvel, faggot. I like him in the film. I'm just going to say right there, I really like him in the film. I thought he was really good. I said it in the story. I thought he was very likable. Very, not interesting character, but, you know, sympathetic, I would say. So yeah, I really like him in the film. The reason why I'm going to talk about Superman Returns again is because Kate Bosworth is in the film, who played Lois Lane in Superman Returns. And of course, now she's with James Marsden again in another film, and something bad happens with Kate Bosworth, I'll talk about in a second. She was really good in the film. She really has to emote when that really bad thing happens to her in the film. I'm not going to say what it is, but something really bad happens to her, and she has to really emote and bring like seriousness to the film, and she does a great job with that scene, and she's a really good actress. I always thought she's one of those hot actresses that can actually act. So yeah. Anyway, Alexander Skarsgård's in the film. He does a really good job as the lead hillbilly guy. Redneck guy, whatever. You know, which one's worse, hillbilly or redneck? Fuck it. He's good in the film. James Woods comes in. He's a douchebag in the film. I like him. Dominique Purcell plays the town retard. Sorry, I'm gonna say town idiot, I guess. I don't know. I'm sorry to all the retarded people that are watching this. You probably can't even get this video to work anyway, so you're not watching this. I'm sorry. He is the town retard though. They call him that too. Go tag James Woods, not me. Anyway, he does a good job in the role. He doesn't really do much. He just blank stares. So yeah. And for the most part, the acting is fantastic in the film. I really enjoyed the acting. There are some performances here and there that's not all that great, but for the most part, the acting is really good. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. Let's go on to the violence of the film. Sorry I didn't make that jump cut, but I couldn't think of what else to do. So I'm going to talk about the violence in the film, because this film really tries to grab you with its violence. It really does. It wants you to go and say, this is screwed up. There is some screwed up stuff in this. And violence doesn't mean just heads rolling and decapitating. It could also mean other things. And there is a pretty disturbing scene. Like I said before with Kate Bosworth, there's a really disturbing scene with her. And it really got me like, oh God. Yeah. It was pretty violent, and I gotta admit, it really made your stomach turn. The rest of the violence really felt like it was just there to be violent. You didn't really care who died later on, or who got hurt real bad. You didn't really give a damn, because the characters aren't really fleshed out all that great, besides maybe the main two characters, and maybe even the lead hillbilly guy. I keep saying hillbilly, it's so mean. Redneck, there you go, that's better. For for the most part, I did think the violence was really good, but when it became, you know, about let's kill these hillbilly guys and let's hurt them or whatever, it was just violence. So, you know, for that violence, I would give it a 5, a 6 maybe, because it wasn't really like winning me over. It wasn't like, oh, this violence, oh, I feel sorry for these guys. No, I really didn't. It was just more like, ooh, blood, cool. But when it became about the Kate Bosworth character, it definitely won me over, and it was disturbing. I'd give that a 10. So if you average that out, the violence would be a 7.5 out of 10. So anyway, we have a 7.5, an 8.5, and a 7.5. Let's go on to the entertainment. Alright, now entertainment for Straw Dogs. I will not say this movie is entertaining, because that would sound weird to say after I was talking about that disturbing scene that happened. That would be really weird. But I will say this. The movie is not boring. The movie is well acted. The story is really good. I enjoyed this film. I really did. I was never bored. I was really liking the acting. Even some of the violence that is not unnecessary, but it's more like, you know, it's just violence for the sake of violence. I still really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed this film. I was very surprised. I was looking forward to it, don't get me wrong, but then I heard all the backlash about it, like, oh, this looks like a shitty remake. The original was so much better. And of course, then reviews came out and it was pretty much the same thing. Oh, the remake is terrible. The original's so good. Why they ruin it and all this stuff. And I was like, okay, well, I was a little skeptical going in, but I really did enjoy it. I know many people are going to be like, oh, of course you enjoy it. You enjoy everything. Well, that's not true. I hated, okay, fine. But anyway, I did enjoy the film. I thought it was a good film. If you do agree with me most of the time, go check it out for at least a matinee, because I did enjoy it. I will give the entertainment an 8, and if I took all the scores from recent categories I just talked about, that would be a 7.5, an 8.5, a 7.5, and an 8. That would come to a 31.5 out of a 40. So anyway, there you go. There's my review for Straw Dogs. Hope you enjoyed it. No, it wasn't a great review, but none of my reviews are great. So anyway, there you go. Thank you and goodbye.